USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Wow, you haven't done that in the wrong.
I ain't done it in days. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a while.
Good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Good morning. What's happening?
Yes.
How you feeling, man?
I'm good. Where you been?
Where was I? Last week I was in Cannes Lions, in Cannes, France. I don't know, Cannes Lions. That was a work trip though. I was there representing the Black Effect and iHeart Media. And then, man, it's so crazy. A lot of stuff that I had lined up just happened to fall on this week because my wife is a huge Jill Scott fan. And Jill Scott performed her first album, Who Is Jill Scott, at the Hollywood Bowl last Thursday.
Yeah, out in L.A., right?
So we flew from France to L.A. So she could go see the concert. And then this weekend was the grand opening of the International African American Museum in Charleston, South Carolina. And, that's home for me, but I also sit on the board of the International African American Museum. And that was supposed to be in February, but that got pushed to June, which was last weekend. So all of that fell on the same weekend. So I was in France, California, and then Charleston, South Carolina for the grand opening of the International African American Museum. And now I'm back here.
Now you're back home.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I was home in South Carolina, but I'm back at my new home here in New York, New Jersey.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, I'm out in LA for the BET Awards. The BET Awards last night. I was doing the red carpet pre and post. Got a chance to chop it up with a bunch of people from Boosie Badass, who's out of jail.
I saw that.
Chopped it up with, who did I chop it up with?
Why your background look like that? Why you look like you
told me to blur it.
Why?
They told me to blur it.
You look like you're in a Pornhub video, bro.
That's
you
what
really
they told me.
do.
They told me to blur the background.
Don't that look like a Pornhub video? You look crazy. And then it's just
watching too much
and then all you see is like the mic is blurred, so it looks like this big black thing is in your face that they don't want us to see. And it's right by your mouth. That looks crazy.
You're jealous.
That looks crazy.
You're jealous. But who else did I talk to at the BET Awards? Of course, I spoke to Master P. I spoke to Lola Brooks. I spoke to so many different people last night. We'll give you some updates. Did you see the BET Awards last night?
I did. I enjoyed the BET Awards because I enjoy the bridging of the gap between the OGs and the new school. But I feel like a lot of people knew that the 50th anniversary of hip hop was coming, but they didn't prepare for it. Because I feel like a lot of these, I haven't seen like a fantastic, phenomenal 50th anniversary celebration yet, and I feel like people had more than enough time to put one together. Because see, the thing about hip hop is you can take all of those classic artists and some of these new artists and put them on stage, and it'll always be good. It'll damn near be great. But I'm talking about I haven't seen like that legendary thing yet. Like they didn't even have a host.
Yeah, well, they didn't have a host. Kid Capri was pretty much the host.
Kid Capri was the host. Yes, salute to Kid Capri.
And I think so many artists are on the road. And remember, BET changed this 1,000,001 times. At one time, they weren't going to have it. Then they were going to have it. Then they were going to do it in Bahamas. Then they decided not to do it. And then they decided to do it in L.A.
That all lets me know that nobody was prepared. Because if it's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, it should have been in New York, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Or L.A., one of those cities that has been a staple in hip-hop culture, for a long time. I mean, it wasn't L.A. though, you know what I mean?
It wasn't LA.
But I feel like it could have been, they could have planned it out a little bit better, like a New York or Atlanta,
but then they also had the strike too. Remember, the strike was
what that got to do with music?
Well, they had writers. They didn't have a host, and I think maybe they will do better for the hip hop awards. Maybe
we'll see. And I ain't seen no commercials for the Breakfast Club at all throughout the whole show. But that's a behind the scenes gripe. Let me shut up.
I didn't see that either.
Yes.
But all right, well, let's get the show cracking. Of course, we got front page news popping off. Tesla and Figaro will be joining us. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club on BET. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, do I still look like I'm in a Pornhub?
I can't see you at all now. All I see is Tez. What up, Tez?
Right. What up, Charlamagne the Guy, DJ NV? No, it does not look Pornhub-ish anymore.
Thank you. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this woman teen charged in deadly shooting outside West Pullman restaurant. Now, what happened in this case?
Yeah, 35-year-old Carlicia Hood and her 14-year-old son are facing murder charges in the fatal shooting of 32-year-old Jeremy Brown in the West Pullman neighborhood. And that neighborhood is located in the far south side of Chicago. Prosecutors say that Hood was in line getting food while her son waited inside their car. Both Hood and Brown were in line and they started to argue. A lot of you guys may have seen this on social media because it was a big topic of discussion over the weekend, Hood started texting and pointing to her son while a witness was laughing and encouraging Brown. The son arrived at the doorway as the argument turned into a fight, with Brown punching Hood in the head 3 times. That's when the teen pulled out a firearm and shot the victim in the back. Let's listen to the quick exchange between the two, and then I want to give you guys some more information, and then we'll discuss.
Get your food! Who? Get the gun? Hey. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my God, I say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
What were they charged with, Tess?
So before I get to that, let me just give you a couple other things. Brown fled the restaurant, and the prosecutors are saying that the mom instructed him to continue shooting at Brown to kill him. Now, he was shot twice in the back. He later died from his injuries. But I also want to point out that the family is saying that she did not instruct him to shoot Brown, to further, continue shooting him as he ran away. So as the story stands, it is still developing. Also want to point out that neither Hood or her son had a previous record. Hood did have a license to carry a firearm, and thanks for asking what they were charged with. They were both charged with first-degree murder. Again, she did have a valid license. And during the bond hearing, because I want to give everybody as much information as you can so you can argue with it in the comments, Cook County Judge Barbara Dawkins noted that according to the allegations, Brown did punch Hood, but that he was killed as he was trying to escape the restaurant. So remember, he shot once in the restaurant. Then when he ran out, he was shot again. Now, the judge said that the threat was over at that point. And that things may turn out differently, at the trial. But at this point, it is first-degree murder because he was no longer a threat. And I also want to point out that Judge Dawkins is a black woman. Why am I bringing up race? Well, the reason I'm bringing up race is because there's a lot of commentary that's saying, police officers are not held to that same standard when they kill black people who are running away, and the threat is over as well. So just wanted to give you, all of that information. What do you guys think?
I don't understand why he was charged. I really don't understand why he was charged.
Well, I mean, I kind of do. I do wonder what the legal definition of self-defense is according to Illinois law, because, even growing up in a place like South Carolina, where I believe it is stand your ground, they always told us, like, if somebody came in your house, you could defend your house, but if they was running away, you couldn't shoot them in the back. I've always heard that.
They always say that, but my whole thing is it's a 14-year-old boy. And this grown-ass man punched his mother, twice, 3 times?
Oh, we know. Listen, morally, we know. I don't think he did anything wrong. I'm just trying to figure out the legal aspect of it.
Let me give you that because I have that pulled up. So when we talk about the legal definition in Illinois, it has to be there is intimate danger or threat to you, someone else, or your property. The threat was unlawful. You believe that a danger existed that required force, and you use force that is equal to the threat. But there's also, another part of the law that says you cannot claim self-defense if you are the aggressor. You cannot overreact or act unreasonably in defending yourself. So there's 2 levels of force. Regular force, that is something that prevents someone from moving or actually normal or acting normally, and deadly force that causes or is intended to cause serious bodily harm or death. So the judge is saying that, maybe in trial, things might turn out differently, but because he was running away and he was murdered as he was running away, that was the issue. I do believe if he had just shot him inside the restaurant, this would be possibly looked at differently, but it was running away. And I don't know, guys, if they have any audio of her saying, hey, go shoot him, go kill him or not. That's why I'm being very careful in how I, deliver this story, because I'm assuming because they had video of everything else. So but the family's saying she did not do that. And then they also said that she had threatened one of the witnesses as well, that she was saying, hey, kill the witness. But obviously that didn't happen. But again, these are all allegations as the story continues to come, continue to develop.
Somebody punch your mama. What you supposed to do?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but then you're a 14-year-old boy. It's not like you're a grown-ass man.
That's right.
Somebody punch your mom in the face and then they start running. You're just firing.
That's right.
A grown-ass man punching your mom in the face? Nah, he's a 14-year-old
So do you
boy.
believe that she should be in jail and the son should not be in jail? Or what do you guys... Because she definitely got charged with delinquency of a minor.
I don't believe either one of them should be in jail, especially if the gun was, legal. But I do understand the aspect of the law where, he was running away. But I think once he goes to trial, I think he'll beat that.
Unless the mom kept saying, keep shooting and kill him. If the mom kept saying, keep shooting and kill him, then that's a different scenario. But all he did was protect his mom.
Now, do you think that that other people should have intervened? Just quick question before we close out, because that was also a discussion saying that other people should have said, "Hey, sis, leave it alone," or could that have saved this tragedy from happening to young lady?
I always think people should intervene when they see a man beating on a woman in public. You know what I'm saying? Even if you see a man, raising his voice towards a woman in public, like, depending on the situation, because I don't know if they're not a couple, clearly, but if you see like a strange man yelling at a woman and the woman looks like she's in duress, yeah, somebody should be like, hey man, y'all relax. Take that somewhere else. Or bro, take that somewhere else. I always think that.
But not even, hey, sis, leave it alone. I mean, all she was doing, they were just having a they were arguing back and forth. He was saying something, she was saying something, and
but he did threaten her though.
He couldn't return his words. So he was like, if you keep talking, I'm gonna punch you.
And that's when somebody should have been like, yo,
bro,
hey,
chill.
Cool out, relax.
And I totally agree with the other side of the argument. Just telling you what people are saying in the comments, was saying, why should people risk their lives and get involved in something and not make it home? Because there were men that were there that literally ran, away from the scene.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Tez, we'll talk to you in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Tell us how your weekend was. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Wake it up. This is your time to get it off your chest. Keep calling. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
What's up, Envy?
What's up, Trav?
Where my sis Char?
I'm right here, sis. I know you missed me.
Welcome back, Char.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. Is this y'all two today?
Oh yeah, it's just the Guzmans in the morning. That's all.
Just the Guzmans in the morning. Is this the Guzman morning show?
Yes, sir.
But listen, I'm calling to talk about the BET Awards. I just gotta talk about one thing for the BET Awards.
What's that?
Aunt Patty. Listen now. I love some Aunt Patty. But me and Auntie Tina were both disappointed in Patty LaBelle last night, okay?
Bro,
I understand that you're a little older.
Patty Patty almost 80 years old, bro. And Patty been out here forgetting lyrics for a long time. Patty done forgot more songs than people have ever wrote.
Listen, she forgot the national anthem, but my whole thing is it's Tina Turner. If you don't know the words to the song that you is presenting and doing a tribute to, Patty, stay off the stage.
Hey,
she wasn't doing nothing yesterday.
Trav, that's very easy for y'all to say, but you do realize all Tina Turner peers are dead, right? Patty like the last woman standing. Who else gonna do it? One of these young girls gonna do it. One of these young girls gonna do it, and then y'all gonna kill her.
On tour. Beyonce was on tour, and you know how that is. Patty probably practiced. She probably thought she had it, and when she got on that stage, she just forgot. There was a teleprompter. She couldn't read the teleprompter. Look, give Patty some slack.
Yeah, and it's not too many show women out there anymore. Tina Turner is a show woman. Patty LaBelle is a show woman. Like, yes, you got singers out there that can sing, but Tina Turner was a show woman.
We could have got Janelle Monáe for all I care. She put her little black and white tuxedo on that came in there and
y'all would have killed Janelle Monáe if she didn't hit them vocals the way that y'all wanted her to. Y'all would have killed Janelle Monáe if she came out there. Patty was the right person to do it, and I don't have a problem with her missing lyrics because she's 80 years old. Patty LaBelle forgets lyrics. Joe Biden forgets he's president. Respect the elderly, y'all.
Facts. Goodbye, Trav. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up. Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
This is Reg.
Red, what up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Yes, sir. We have a breakdown in the society. That's why the young man had to defend his mom. All those fellas in there, they should have stood up for our woman.
I agree,
my brother. Listen, man, I can see both sides. I definitely think that they should have stood up. But then I could also them saying, look, man, I don't know what this dude got on him. Let me mind my business.
Yeah,
I can see both sides. I get it.
But,
I'm in law enforcement, so I can understand that.
But like I said, the young boy shot the man twice, right? And people say, well, why'd he shoot him twice? How do we know that man wasn't running to his car to get his firearm?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Once he punched my mom 2-3 times in the face, whoever he punched my mom's, everything's off the table at that point.
Hey, let me ask you a question, my brother. You say you in law enforcement. Is there like I know you know how they got like crimes of passion? Is there something like that in regards to family? Like you hit my mom or my grandma or my child, somebody, you know what I mean? And I flip out?
Well, I can only speak from a personal standpoint on that. If you put your hands on my mother at 14, I'm going all out, and I really don't care about the consequences. Legally, he can't be really held responsible except for the fact that he shot him twice.
Now, what if they found a firearm in that guy's car? You know what I mean? Because we don't know what that guy. They was like, oh, he was running. He shouldn't have punched my mom.
It's a whole bunch of what ifs, but you know, South Carolina doesn't have a stand your ground like Charlamagne was telling you. But I believe that incident happened in Illinois.
It did.
It's a size and weight thing when you go to court. The man could have been 6'2", 6'5", 400 pounds, and his mom could have been only 5'8" and 135 pounds. So it's going to be a whole lot of factors that play how to get charged and stuff.
South Carolina does have a type of stand your ground law, though. It says South Carolina, which removes the duty to retreat before using deadly force in self-defense when a person is not engaged in unlawful activity.
That's weak.
I don't even know what that means. I just was always told you can't shoot nobody in the back if they
come.
If they're in your house and you pull your gun on them and they try to flee, you can't shoot them in the back. That's what I was always told.
Even if they got your jewelry, even if they stole something, you can't shoot them in the back. Tez has a hand up. What up, Tez?
I just wanted to tap in just to answer your question. You asked about crime of passion. So I looked it up in Illinois. It must be a form of conduct by the victim or another person that will cause a reasonable person to become inflamed with passion and cause him to act from a moment of passion rather than reason.
So wouldn't that count in this situation? 14 years old?
Could.
You hit my mom?
It could.
My mom?
I think once it all flushes out, I know people keep talking about the 14-year-old, but I think once it all flushes out, the 14-year-old will be okay. This is probably going to be more on the mother for delinquency of a minor. I don't know if she'll be charged, if the murder, how that'll flush out with her. But once they go to trial, we're all just guessing and discussing. But I think the 14-year-old will ultimately be okay. But to you guys' point, should he be in jail right now? I would say, probably not, is what most people think. Just let him go to court and see what happens.
All right. All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up now. We got rumors on the way. Of course, BET Awards was last night. If you didn't see it, we got some updates and some performances and some things that went down last night. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk BET Awards.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes, on The Breakfast Club.
Now, last night was the BET Awards show. Honored Busta Rhymes and, of course, 50 years of hip-hop. There was a lot going on. There was no actual host because of the writing strike. So,
the original host pulled out.
Yeah, Taraji P. Henson.
I don't. Was it Taraji? It was Taraji, right? I don't know if it was Taraji.
Yeah, it was Taraji.
But my thing is, if you knew it was going to be 50 years of hip hop, why would you have somebody from Hollywood hosting anyway? If it was 50 years of hip hop and you plan to celebrate 50 years of hip hop, you should have had somebody from the hip hop world hosting.
Yeah. Well, they had Kid Capri hosting. It wasn't a formal host, but Kid Capri actually held down everything. He pretty much curated the whole show. He had the West Coast, the South, he had the East Coast, he had every different genres of music. He had the dance phase, he had the crunk phase, he had the West Coast phase, and he did a good job doing it. They also honored Busta Rhymes, and Busta Rhymes, probably one of the greatest hip hop performers that we've ever seen. He got a chance to speak when he got his award, his Lifetime Achievement Award.
One thing that I need y'all to know, we're gonna stop these little petty beefs that we be doing in rap. Y'all messing up the bag. Y'all messing up the energy. I don't like when I talk to these dudes that run these streaming platforms and they talking about, we turning the consumer off because there's so much little this and little that going on with you rappers. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna love each other and we're gonna get to this money. Executives, start promoting everything that can be great in the music too. It ain't just gotta be about the ass shaking and how much drugs we sold and how much dudes we tied up, how much drugs we doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Chuck D era and the Kane era, but I'm a timeless great. I rock with all of my new artists. Everything about me is leading the new. That's why my group was called Leaders of the New.
Dropping the clues bombs for Busta Rhymes. He's absolutely right on everything that he said. Yep. And, you know, that's where you got to salute BET because a Lifetime Achievement Awards like that for a great artist like Busta Rhymes could only happen on a platform like a BET. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because BET is culture and has historically been culture, and they understand the importance of somebody like a Busta Rhymes and the significance of somebody like a Busta Rhymes. I can't see no other award show doing that for Busta Bust, even though it's long overdue for him to get his flowers in that way.
I agree. Yeah, well, Busta did speak for about 10 minutes, and then he performed for 20 minutes, doing a medley of all of his hits, and this is one of them when he performed Ante Up with MOP and Remy Ma.
MOP looked mad healthy. Drop on the clues bombs for MOP.
Shout out to MOP.
When you get older, young bucks, that's what y'all gonna be looking for. You're gonna be looking for who looks healthy and who don't. Like who got the red in their eyeballs, you know what I'm saying? who look like they got their gut health in check. MOP look like they got all their gut health in check and everything. Salute to MOP.
Absolutely. Now he also performed Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, that classic.
Oh, I love that. Cause didn't Coi Leray come on after that?
Yeah, Coi Leray came out and did Girls Are Players Too.
That's right. I love the way they was bridging the gap between the OGs and the new artists. I loved it.
Absolutely. He also brought out Scarlett, which is a new New York artist, and Busta had all of his kids but one.
Scarlett definitely was scaring all the hoes. She was scaring all the bros too. Damn it. Okay, I love her energy. Love her energy.
Yes, and Busta had all his kids. They introduced me to all his kids. I seen him on the red carpet, got a chance to talk to Busta. He came with Swiss, Marlon Wayans, and it was just a dope tribute to Busta Rhymes. So salute to Busta Rhymes. Now, also, something that I thought was amazing was the Migos performed together. Quavo,
oh man, loved it.
And Offset got together after publicly beefing, but they did it last night for Takeoff, and it was dope. We got a snippet of that.
You know, so we ain't really never had no old money. You ready, set? Let's do it. We got a whole lot of new money though. One, two, three, let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it's because, you know, I'm a Cancer and my born day is on June 29th, but I got in my feelings when I saw that. I got in my feelings when I saw Busta tear up, and I got in my feelings when I saw Offset and Quavo on stage. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, my brother.
That made me so happy, I ain't gonna lie. And they kept that under wraps. The fact that they came out and performed was just totally dope. The crowd went crazy. I think everybody went crazy. So that was pretty dope.
I love seeing it, man.
All right, now Uncle Luke also performed last night.
I just brought tears in my eyes too, because I was like, man, this was such a great era that we can never go back to because of this goddamn cancel culture.
That's right, and Uncle Luke performed.
Oh Lord,
say a snippet of it.
Hey, drop on the clues bomb for Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke gonna get his just due, goddammit.
Yes,
Uncle Luke gonna get his documentaries, and Uncle Luke gonna get his biopics, and they gonna be raw, and they gonna be edgy, because that's what Uncle Luke and 2 Live Crew was, and we don't want y'all coming out here trying to cancel Uncle Luke for nothing. Mind your little young ass business, okay? And let those of us from the 1900s live our lives.
Now, also, Patti LaBelle, she did a tribute to Tina Turner, and she forgot some of the words.
They should have had Patti in the Uncle Luke tribute.
What if I can't see the words? I don't know. I'm trying, y'all. Can't go wrong. Can't do I'm trying, y'all. Come on.
Just laid out best. First of all, y'all gonna stop disrespecting Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle didn't say she forgot the words. She said she couldn't see the words.
She couldn't see it.
She's 79 years old. She ain't had her glasses on. All right? Somebody should have pulled the prompter a little closer. That's BET's fault. That ain't Patti LaBelle's fault. That's BET's fault. All right? And she's forgotten her own lyrics on stage. Patti LaBelle done forgot the national anthem before. Okay? She's a 79-year-old woman. Put the goddamn prompter closer so Patti can see. What's wrong with y'all, BET? All right?
All right, and that was your rumor report. Then when we come back, well, of course, we got front page news next. But let's open up the phone lines, 800-585-1051. What were your thoughts on the BET Awards last night? Did you see it? What did you think? Let's talk about it when we come back. We got front page news next, and we're going to take your calls. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Did you hear? There's a new streaming service called Max. With everything on HBO Max, including HBO, the DC Universe, Discovery, and more. Max really has some of the best content. There's literally something for everyone in your household. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now let's get in some front page news. Tesman Figaro is back. What up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ NV? Charlamagne the God.
Peace, Tez.
Now let's get right into it. Let's talk about this man accused of cutting limbs off puppies. What the hell?
Yeah, this is wild. 44-year-old Justin Belton is charged with 4 counts of animal cruelty for mutilating live puppies in Baytown, Texas. Now, he was supposed to appear in court last week, but he didn't because, according to prosecutors, the court couldn't find him a defense attorney willing to take on the case after reading the allegations that were so egregious. Now, after abusing the puppies, he went to the animal hospital. He kept changing the story over and over, so they arrested him at the animal hospital. I did some additional research on this just to share some facts as I started digging into it, and what I found out is the animal cruelty makes up about 28% of all violent crimes, and dogs are the most abused. Top 5 states with animal cruelty is Texas, Delaware, Colorado, Virginia, and Tennessee. So I thought this was just a really interesting story, how no defense attorney was willing to take the case, but yet you can find defense attorneys that eagerly take cases about human life. So I wanted to see, I have a dog, by the way, so I just wanted to see what you guys think about the value of a dog's life versus human life, and what is it about animals that people say, I don't even want to be a part of this at all, but would take a murderer who murdered a child or did something really, really bad to a human being. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, there's somebody from Peter right now got their hand in the air dying to answer this question. But, I mean, is it the same notion? Animal life be I mean, sometimes it seems like animal life is valued more than human life, but is it the same? Should it be looked at the same?
I don't know. I'm scared to answer because Peter may come get me. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Defense attorneys are quick. To again, if we look at any case at any time, you really don't struggle with finding defense attorneys. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Should they DJ Envy? Let's put it on you. Should animals be valued more?
I think so. I think you're a sick individual if you kill an animal for no reason. If you're just going out here and snapping dogs and cats' neck. Yes, it should be the same. I have a dog, and I do know in Jersey they take those laws seriously when it comes to animals, and they will lock you up in a minute, even if you don't contain your animal well enough. So yes, when it comes to people killing animals for no reason, now if it's self-defense, then we can have a conversation. But if you just cutting off dogs' limbs and snapping animals' necks for no apparent reason, you're a sick individual.
What if it's for food? Because my question is, what's the difference between dogs and other animals? For example, the chickens, the turkeys, the cows. Is it okay to kill animals that we eat? Because they get mutilated too. I used to have to chase chickens with my grandma and catch them chickens and grab them by the neck and then throw them around our head like Petey Pablo whipping his T-shirt. You know what I mean? So what's the difference? Is it just based off the animals we eat? Is it okay to kill them and mutilate them?
I mean, I really think if it's for food source to live, I think that's different. But if you're just killing it for recreation, but then that's a problem too, because sometimes people go out and they shoot bears and they shoot deers for recreation.
Mm-hmm. What if I like eating puppy?
What?
I'm serious. I don't even know if there's a law against that. If I go to the pet store and I buy me a puppy because I like eating puppy, and I bring that puppy home and I kill that puppy and I mutilate that puppy and I stir fry it and I eat it, is that against the law?
You're just a sick individual. I don't think.
So you're not okay. So listen, Peter, and people that don't eat meat will say you're a sick individual because you do that to other animals. So what's the difference between the puppies and the chickens and the turkeys and the cows? And what's the difference?
Because you don't.
There is no difference according to Peter.
That's all I'm asking.
But you don't have a deer as a pet.
Says who?
But the crocodile as a pet.
But man, the deer ain't bothering nobody. The crocodile ain't bothering nobody. If I go out in the backyard and shoot a deer and then bring it in the house and bake it, you know what I mean? Nobody got a problem with that. But if I do this, what if I do that to a stray dog?
No, nobody eats puppy.
None of y'all are still explaining to me what's the difference.
But first, they do say people eat puppy though. Just as a point of clarity, there are
dogs is a delicacy in some places.
Yeah, it is. It's a delicacy in some places.
Jesus Christ! I don't know the answer to this.
You said what?
I don't know the answer to this. Then
that's my point. I just want to know what's the difference. And yes, the dog meat trade is most widespread in China, South Korea, the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. They say it's well organized with high numbers of dogs being stolen and taken from the streets, transported over long distances, and brutally slaughtered.
That's right.
So yes, in some places, dog is a delicacy.
That's disgusting.
On to the next.
Hey, they say dog meat is also consumed for ritual and cultural purposes in approximately 20 African countries.
So Africans eat a little bit of puppy too.
That's what I'm saying. It's going like so. We can't say that. Like I just don't know what the difference is between dogs and other animals. I would just like to know what people think is the difference.
Well, you heard them, guys. Tap in if you if you believe that there should be no difference, and defense attorneys draw the line. Again, somebody can be murdered and they're willing to jump up and take that case. But then the line is drawn when it comes to animals. That's what really brought my attention to this story.
That's right.
Jesus.
Shall we move on?
Yes. Let's talk about low test scores now. Let's talk U.S. education a little bit. Talk to us now.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people are aware of this, that according to test scores released from the National Assessment of Educational Progress, which is the gold standard federal exam, the math and reading performance of 13-year-olds in the United States has hit the lowest level in decades. The last time math performance was this low for 13-year-olds was in 1990. And in reading, the last time it was this low was in 2004. So just wanted to let you know our children are suffering according to the new test results.
Now, is that due to the pandemic, or is that due to more kids using their tablets and phones for calculators and reading?
Yeah, they did say that it did fall significantly lower during 2019 and 2020, which was during the coronavirus pandemic. But the downward trends have begun years before the health crisis. So they said this has been going lower and lower and lower, over the last decade. And just, again, additional research, I want to just point out that educators say that there's too much focus on testing. They point out that the content of the exams in many cases have little overlap on the material that's actually taught in the classroom. And then there's also other questions on students of color and how they perform on standardized testing. And, there's research with that. So, one, Envy, I agree with you. The education system has obviously, we need a lot of help in that area, but then there's also the separate discussion on should testing be the measure to determine where our children are.
No, it shouldn't be. Because all of us can have a bad day taking a test.
Yep.
That is facts too. All right.
Yep.
Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Teslin Figaro.
That's right. And
You're
make sure you subscribe to Teslin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow Tez at Teslin Figaro on all social media platforms.
All right. Now, when we come back, let's talk the BET Awards. Did you watch them last night? What did you think? 800-585-1051. There was a lot to talk about.
I
of course,
enjoyed
a tribute to the 50th anniversary of hip hop, which was all through the show. Something that I thought was amazing was Offset and Quavo back on stage together performing. I thought that was amazing.
Loved
and it was
it.
the Busta Rhymes tribute. There was a lot going on. Let's talk about it. What did you think? It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, last night was the BET Awards. I'm out here in LA. I was hosting the red carpet, the pre and the post show. There was a lot going on last night. If you watched the award show, Kid Capri was pretty much the host. He curated the whole, pretty much the music part of it. And, he did a great job. He brought out the West Coast. He had Warren G and E40. He brought out the South. I seen Jeezy. I seen T.I. They even did a little dance thing with Unk Walk It Out, Laffy Taffy. They swag surfed.
And I just want y'all to know, as a proud Southern man, all the South music has aged better than a lot of the other music from other regions. I just want to throw that out there.
Ja Rule performed for New York. Shout to Styles P. He performed. Fabulous performed.
Salute to Ja Rule. Ja Rule's music has aged very well. Okay? A lot of the music from New York doesn't age well, but Ja's music aged very well.
Ja sounded great.
And you know why?
Why?
Because so much of the music from New York is so goddamn violent.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so freaking aggressive. I'm too old for that now. My back hurt.
Yeah. You got to salute Quavo and Offset that performed together the first time after publicly feuding. They got back together and did it for Takeoff last night, which was beautiful.
Loved it.
Also, Coco Jones killed it. She performed. Who else did I see? Busta Rhymes tribute. He brought out Coi Leray. He brought out Bia. He brought out MOP, and he also brought out Remy Ma. He had an amazing show last night.
The only thing I wish the BET Awards would have done was just have made it all about the 50 years of hip hop, which they did, but they should have had they should have had nothing but hip hop artists. It should have been somebody from hip hop culture who was the host. Like, you know, even though Busta was getting presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award, he could have hosted as well. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I wish they would have done, because, you know, hip hop has been so dominant as a genre all of these years, and this year has definitely been the era of women in hip hop. So I just think that the whole thing should have been about 50 years of hip hop. I mean, literally the whole show from top to bottom. That's what it should have been.
Well, maybe they'll do that for the hip hop awards. Maybe that's what they'll do for that one. But I thought the show was great, and we want to take your calls. 800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
Hi, everyone. Good morning, Breakfast Club. This is Lauren.
Peace, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren, what did you think about the BET Awards last night?
I thought it was good. I've seen it all the way through. It had its good moments and bad moments. But the major moments that I liked was Busta Rhymes' speech when he said stop petty beefs in the music industry. But I also believe it can be broadened into the black community in general. If we all work together, we can all create great things. And I also believe everyone has different opinions, but we should always respect people's opinions, even if it's different from us. We need to work together as a black community, and if we learn that, we can achieve so much. It's always petty beefs in our community, and I just don't like seeing my community fail in any way.
Oh, I agree. And we don't gotta like each other, but we don't have to hurt each other either. You know what I mean? Just stay out of each other's way.
That's right. Hello, who's this?
This is D. How you doing today?
Hey, Peace, D. Good morning. What did you think of the BET Awards?
I thought of the BET Awards when it first came on. It took me back to my high school days. So I was happy with that. And also, I was so happy with Busta Rhymes for getting his award, too, because Busta was always there at the awards. And I mean, he was there from the beginning. And I want to give a big shout-out to the DJ last night, Kid Capri. So I really enjoyed that BET Award. So, big shout-out to Kid Capri.
I spoke to Kid Capri after, and he had to curate that whole show. He had to make sure every verse was there. So if you really listen, you know, it goes from intro, then it goes to Busta's verse, then it might go to Remy's verse. So he had to have all that ready and live. So he couldn't mess up one point. So salute to Kid Capri for curating that whole thing. Hello, who's this?
This is Al.
Al, good morning. What you think of BET Awards last night, brother?
Man, I thought it was a little ghetto, man.
That's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah, but man, we supposed to be doing more for the culture, man. You know, you got all these. It's just changed up, man. It's a different scene now, man. It don't look too good for the culture no more. It looks like it's going downhill.
Now, I will say
I thought the BET Awards was supposed to be like the more classier event, and the Hip Hop Awards was gonna be like the, you know, the street event, the hood event, or whatever. But it looked like it's all coming to the same thing now.
I just think I do agree. There's certain things that I see people do at the BET Awards that I know they wouldn't do at no other award show. Like Lotto wouldn't take her shoes off and run on stage at the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't think Tiana Taylor's mom, salute to Nikki Lover. I don't think she would FaceTime Tiana Taylor, you know.
Nobody even wears tux no more.
They accept an award at any other award show. You know what I mean?
I will say this. I was surprised being on that red carpet because, you know, I usually do the red carpets, and BET Awards, usually everybody gets dressed. Like they wear tuxedos. That's why if you look at, you know, I had a suit on. You know what I mean? I had, you know, shout to Boosie. Boosie had on shorts. A lot of people had on shorts and T-shirts.
But isn't that the beauty of the BET Awards, though? Isn't the beauty of it that even though it may look ghetto, we understand why Lotto was taking her heels off. She didn't want to walk up to that stage with them heels on. We know her feet hurt. We know why. We know why Tiana Mama. No, she took it off.
I think she was fixing her shoe when they got called, and she couldn't get it back on, so she just took it off to run off. And I really think Tiana Taylor was I think that was a Google phone thing, because I've seen a couple of remember, because if you really look, they said this portion of the show was brought to you by Google.
Oh, you think it was an ad?
Yes, I think it was kind of one of those ads.
Got you.
So I think that was a ad.
See, and that's good to know, because people will be like, "Oh, that was ghetto of her to do on stage, and that was, you know, unprofessional. She should have just accepted the award and kept it moving." But it probably was an ad.
It probably was.
Yeah. I get it.
But usually the BET Awards, everybody, suited and booted, and then the BET Hip Hop Awards, people wear whatever they want. That's usually how it goes.
I guess, to me, it's just like the BET Awards is just like a big family reunion. And we know us. Yeah. We know us. We understand us. So it's like certain things I see, I'm like, okay, they wouldn't do that at no other award show, but isn't that kind of like the beauty of it?
Yeah. Well, let's open up the phone lines, talk to you some more. 800-585-1051. Did you see the BET Awards last night? Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club on BET.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking the BET Awards last night. Did you see it? What did you think? There was a lot to talk about, man. I mean, of course, we mentioned Busta Rhymes already, but we had some of the greats, like Big Daddy Kane perform, D-Nice performed. I'm trying to think who else was on that stage last night. There was so many.
MC Light performed.
MC Light, Fat Joe.
Ja Rule. Franchise Boys, Trillville, the brothers that sing Swag Surfing.
What's the name?
Where was Crime Mob though? I ain't see Crime Mob with Nuck If You Buck.
Diamond was there.
She did Nuck If You Buck? I don't remember hearing Nuck If You Buck on that stage.
I think they did it on the pre-stage, on the pre-show. I think she performed. Yeah, she performed. I did see Diamond there. But let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Mylan.
Hey, Mama. What did you think of the BET Awards last night?
I thought that, for one, I'm from Miami, so Uncle Luke's performance was A1 for me.
Man, tell me
and Busta Rhymes, always a strong black leader in the hip-hop community and any community. To not listen to this man would be criminal. So his speech was by far the most excellent thing I've heard in a long time.
Salute to Busta Bus.
Yeah, thank you, Mama. Yin Yang Twins performed too. I forgot about the Yin Yang.
I ain't see Yin Yang Twins. When Yin Yang Twins came out,
they performed way.
I did not see the Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah, they definitely performed. So, did Bone Thugs and Harmony perform? I seen them on the red carpet. I'm not sure if they performed.
I didn't see Bone Thugs either.
All right. Hello, who's this?
This is Isha.
Hey, Isha. Good morning. What do you think of the BET Awards last night?
Actually, it was crazy that y'all was talking about it because I really haven't even seen them in years. Like, I watched it when I was like 15. I'm 30 now, and I didn't think it was something that we still watch because, BET is like whitewashed now, so it's not really entertaining. We pretty much know who's going to get the award. Nobody really talented ever wins. So, I didn't know it was a big thing.
Okay, hater.
Nah, it was.
I'm not a hater. I love music. I love hip-hop. But I don't like the, glitz and glamour mainstream thing of it is. It's changed so much. It's not fun no more.
Well, that's what hip-hop is now, baby. Hip-hop has been mainstream for about 30 years now.
Mainstream, yes, but like the whole vibe of hip-hop changed. When I was growing up, hip-hop was one thing. It made sense. The music made sense. The songs had meaning.
No, it didn't.
Even the rap songs. Yes, they did. Even the raunchy ones.
I'll be 45 on Thursday. I don't know why we keep telling that lie. Like, there was definitely some balance, but it's probably the same balance that exists now.
Same balance now, absolutely.
Yes, like, why do we lie like that? Why do we lie and act like we were so much better in the 1900s? No, we weren't.
It was the same. We had Onyx, we had Mobb Deep, we had Nori, we had.
By the way, last night proves that.
Yes.
Because when Trick Daddy and Trina come out and do that sounds just as raunchy, if not more, than anything that's out now. So what are we talking about? Uncle Luke came out there and did, put your hands up high, your ass down low, now put that to the floor. You know what I'm saying? He's screaming for oral sex. Not in the clean version, of course, but you know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, stop. Like, why do we act like we were so much better in the 1900s? Knock it off. No. We weren't.
Let's go to another caller. Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up? It's Omar.
Omar, what up? We're talking to BET Awards last night. Did you see it? What you think?
Man, it was dope, man. Hell, I couldn't see it, man, but my knees still aching, man, from all that dancing I did, especially once they brought Luke on there.
Come on, man.
It was an epic show.
Come on, man.
I can't do it like you, Charlamagne, but hell, I did it, man.
But you know the reason I can still do it is because I still practice and I listen to Luke on a constant basis. I love that era. I love the crunk era, and I love that booty shake era. You know what I mean? I love that era. Man, when 6ix9ine boys came out there, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the front, to the front, to the back, to the back. That's slide, baby, slide.
Get back up, Charlamagne.
Man, I was in the bedroom by myself, looking at the door at the same time to make sure none of my daughters or my wife came in there and saw my stupid ass getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
And my wife would know. Like, if my wife busted in the room and I jumped back and lay on the couch, she'd be like, "You in here dancing to that damn Luke, huh? That's why your forehead sweating."
Yo, let me. Yo, I will give a real quick shout out to my daughter. It's her birthday. Ava, Daddy love you, Princess. She's turning 6. I'm here.
Man, that's a beautiful thing.
Happy birthday to
you got a young little cancer at the house. I got one of those too.
Yeah. And thank everybody that heard my story and donated last week too, man. I appreciate that. I send love, respect.
Oh, you the blind brother. You the blind brother.
Man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, everybody.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Envy. I would love to meet you one day too, man. I'm a big Giants fan. I got my white jeans ready, brother.
You're white.
So you Dominican?
Get me out there.
You Dominican?
Get me out. No, I'm Puerto Rican and black. We do all of the merengue, the bachata, all that.
Puerto Rican and Dominicans both love to wear white jeans with blue New York Giants jerseys.
Yo, shut up. Man. Goodbye. Thank you, brother. And what's the moral of the story, if there's a moral?
Moral of the story is, man, I think BET does a great job. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we can always, pick apart, things that we didn't like. But overall, we never forget how BET award shows make us feel.
Absolutely.
And I walked away feeling good. I felt great. I thought it was a beautiful thing to see the OGs and the new school come together. And never in the history of hip-hop have we had that. The gap has never been bridged the way it is right now between the older generation and the new generation. And I think that, we both can learn from each other. Because one thing I would love to see these new artists learn from the older artists is showmanship. I love seeing Coyle Ray come out there with her dances, and she's actually putting on a show. You know what I mean?
Brooke killed it. She killed it too.
Lotto
killed it. I love those performances.
I even like when Scarlett's came out there and started wilding. Even though she was scaring everybody, you know what I mean? It still was like the energy was high. Like she was bouncing on the stage. Like, that's right. Yeah, I like that. Like I like the showmanship of it all. So that's what I would love the new artists to learn from the OG showmanship.
Absolutely. All right. Now, when we come back, we got your rumor report. We got to discuss something else that people are talking about that happened at the BET Awards with JT and Lil Uzi Vert. We'll get to that as well. It's the Breakfast Club on BET. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I got to salute Jess Hilarious. I seen Jess Hilarious on the red carpet as well.
Salute to our good sister Jess Hilarious.
Yeah, she was down there at the BET Awards. She was in the media room, and then she bum rushed my red carpet and was hanging with me for a little bit. So shout out to Jess Hilarious.
Yeah, she was doing her Carefully Reckless podcast live from the media room at the BET Awards. You can subscribe to the Carefully Reckless podcast hosted by Jess Hilarious on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. Jess was getting it in. Jess was raising hell all last week, wasn't she?
All week. Yeah, she was up
all
there
last week.
Raising hell. I think she's coming back. I think the end of this week or next week. Jess just like, look, I'm coming back. I don't need an invite. I'm pulling up, and I'm like, you can pull up anytime you want, Jess.
Well, yes, that is very true. We love seeing Jess, but we got some other people that we're gonna be rotating over the rest of the summer, right?
Did you clear that with Jess?
With Jess, I mean, Jess gonna pull up regardless. You know what I'm saying? She gonna pull up whether she want to or not.
Absolutely.
How you feeling about it? How you feeling about still rotating the guest host? You over it yet?
Yes.
Me too, my brother.
Yeah,
I thought it was just me.
I think it's time to figure out what we're gonna do.
Figure out what we're gonna do. I want some stability. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm ready for some stability. I like lighting my Palo Santo all the time, but I don't want to have to keep clearing out different energies. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know the energies that I'm dealing with. Right?
Yeah.
You have an idea who you want it to be?
Duh. There's a couple of them, but one stands out. Duh.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, I haven't thought about it yet.
Really?
No, I haven't. We need to have a conversation about that. I haven't thought about that yet. We need to have a conversation. I haven't thought about that yet. And listen, salute to everybody who was in Charleston, South Carolina over the weekend, man. We officially opened the International African American Museum. The grand opening to the public is actually tomorrow, but over the weekend we had a lot of different celebratory events, galas, and I hosted an event at Marion Square in Charleston, South Carolina. So I'm telling everybody, man, you need to go get your tickets to the International African American Museum. I can't wait to do a whole bunch of field trips to the International African American Museum. I can't wait to do a whole bunch of events at the International African American Museum,
we were supposed to broadcast there. Remember? We said we were going to broadcast there at the grand opening?
It's opening tomorrow. We still will. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's opening tomorrow. We definitely still will. I feel like everybody, if you shake your family tree, some South Carolina gonna fall out. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Because if you know anything about Gadsden's Wharf, I think the number is like 48 point something % of all enslaved Africans came through Gadsden's Wharf.
Okay.
So that's damn near half. So at some point in time, your family history might have probably started in South Carolina. So especially right there in Charleston, my birthplace. So salute to everybody in the 843, man. Everybody I saw this weekend. We had an amazing time.
Yeah, I told myself I want to broadcast from there. I also want to broadcast from an HBCU or two during school season this year. Just to, allow the students to come up and see what we do, learn, and maybe it's a route that they want to
I'm
take.
glad you said that. Because, we do the Thrill of Possibility Summit with the Black Effect. Mm-hmm. And we did it last year in Nashville. Salute to Nashville, White Atlanta. And, we brought 50 HBCU students to Nashville, and we had a weekend of programming and, different things like that. So you should be a part of that this year. Cause we're doing it again this year. And I would like to do it I would like to do it at the International African American Museum in Charleston. I got to clear that with my boss, Dolly Bishop, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, remember last year I did, I went to a couple of HBCUs, but I would love to do a couple of them. Just pull up on the HBCU, kick it with the students and let them see what we do.
Let's do it. Come to South Carolina State University. They'd love to have you.
We could do it.
Yeah. Didn't somebody steal your car or something down there? What happened?
We'll talk about that later. When we come back,
come do that event for free. We might get it back for you.
Maybe get it back. When we come back, we got your rumor report. We got to talk Jim Jones versus Pusha T. I didn't see this coming, but it's here. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Jim Jones.
Rumor has it. Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the rumor report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes, on the Breakfast Club.
Well, Capo Jim Jones was doing a press run a couple of months ago, and people asked him about, Hip Hop 50, who should be on the 50 best MCs list. And Jim Jones talked about Pusha T shouldn't be on the list. And even when he came on the Breakfast Club, he had this to say.
Can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan.
You know.
I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records. Can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5.
All right, I'm just going to say that because I don't want to get it because then be like, yo, Jim way wild on them. Shout out to Pusha T. I love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlamagne's top 50 and things like that. But
top 50.
You haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life.
Not only is Pusha top 50, I think Pusha might be top 20.
Yeah, Pusha's up there. I can't rap a full Pusha record top to bottom, but I can't rap a bunch of my favorite MCs top to bottom.
Not at this point in my life.
I
used to could back in the days.
I definitely do it with B.I.G. and Hove. Outside of that, I can't name 5 top to bottom 5 records. No,
I be forgetting B.I.G. and Hove at this point. Like certain words. Once the song come on, I can do the cadence.
Well, Pusha was walking in the Louis Vuitton show, of course, curated by Pharrell. And while he was walking, this song was playing, and people are saying he took shots at Jim Jones.
I will close your heaven for the hell of it. Jesus Christ. He said you're chasing a feature that's out of your element, talking about the Drake feature, because that's the narrative, right? The narrative is that Jim is coming at Pusha because he wants a feature with Drake. Mm-hmm. That's at least the internet's narrative.
Right. Now, well, Jim Jones responded, and he did a full record rapping over the same beat. I don't even know how Jim got this beat, because I don't even think the song is out.
I don't think he was rapping over the same beat?
Yeah.
He said, Kanye gave you whips, but that's what you do to the slaves. Let me tell you something. I liked Jim's response, but here's the thing. I don't think that's enough. I think if you're going to shoot at Pusha, you just got to go ahead and drop the nuke. Like you can't just shoot. Like you just got to go ahead and drop the nuke now, because that's what Pusha gonna do. if Pusha replies, and if we're looking at the way Pusha has replied before,
he's gonna reply.
Pusha gonna drop a nuke off top. So I like what Jim did. I just don't know if that's enough. If you're gonna engage, you gotta like go. You can't fire any warning shots. And he went. I like what Jim did.
Yeah, he went.
But you gotta go for the head. I don't know if he went for the head.
Not yet.
But when you say not yet with Pusha, you can't say not yet with Pusha. You either aim for the head or don't do nothing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and Pusha T was up here one time saying that he has about, I guess he said he has an arsenal of records just ready to launch.
Do we have that?
Case.
Do we have that audio?
We have that clip where he talks about that arsenal of records that he has ready to launch.
I saw that circulating on websites, on the blogs this weekend. People were posting that clip.
I believe Pusha too.
And it disgusts me that everybody else was reposting it, but we don't have it for our own damn show. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, everybody's in L.A. I don't even think too many people up there. Is anybody in the studio but you and Red?
Eddie's here. You read Eddie?
Yeah, but
Nick is here.
I just hope that battle stays within lyrics.
Why wouldn't it?
Because Jim Jones is crazy. Put the truth. Because Capo is crazy. when he said, I got enough money to send people to Paris.
That's just rap, man. Don't put that on Jim, man. Jim. I think Jim is having fun. I think it's for the sport. I think he did the video, he shot it, in Harlem somewhere, and I think he just having fun with the sport. Hey, let's not act like that. That's the other thing. I don't like that narrative either. I've been telling y'all for the longest. Jim has been putting out some of the best music, or the best music coming from New York City for a while. Like Jim gets busy.
I agree.
So I just think he having fun with the sport. That's all.
Yeah, but every once in a while, I think Jim is a drink away from going back to old Jim. So let's keep it where it is.
Damn. Why you make it seem like he be drinking like that?
No, I'm not saying he's drinking at all. Jim is very healthy, but I don't want him to get back to old Jim. That's what I'm saying.
All I know is I just can't wait to see what happens next.
All
but
right.
I like what Jim did. I just don't know if it was enough, and I don't know if I don't know if you want to tap Pusha. I don't think Pusha somebody you tap. Pusha somebody you just drop. You got to drop the bomb on him and see what happens.
All right,
because that's what Push gonna do.
Yeah. And lastly, we got to talk JT and Little Uzi Vert. It seems like they got into an argument at
You should probably say that for
Awards.
the next one.
Well, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. We're going to open up the phone lines and discuss that. 800-585-1051. We're going to be talking about arguments you got into in public. So we'll get to that next. But we got Donkey Today coming up. What we talking about?
Man, 4 after the hour, we need Ocean Gate Expeditions. You know who Ocean Gate Expeditions is by now, right? We need them to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with them.
All right, we'll get into that next. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard. Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, just hilarious. Donkey of the Day for Monday, June 26th. Salute to all the cancers out there. Drop on the clues bombs for all the cancers. My born day is in 3 days, man. But yes, Donkey of the Day is going to Ocean Gate Expeditions. You know who Ocean Gate Expeditions are by now, right? They are the company behind the Titanic expedition. You know the expedition where you can get in a submersible and go down and see the wreckage of the Titanic, which, by the way, I don't care how much money I got. I don't need those kind of thrills. Okay, I'm good. I can see the wreckage of the Titanic on Google Earth. All right, I'm also not the kind of person that wants to stop and watch car wrecks. All right, you know how you see an accident on the side of the road and everybody stops and watches they driving by? That's not me. Okay, I'm lying. We all stop to watch car accidents, okay? But the difference is they are free viewing, and I'm passing by it because of a matter of circumstance, not paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get in a submersible and dive to the bottom of the ocean to see it. Now, we should all know by now that the 5 tourists all died in the Titan bound for the Titanic wreckage site. Rest in peace to those individuals. But do you know, while this search and rescue mission was happening, Ocean Gate Expeditions listed a job posting for a submersible pilot on its website. I said, as this search and rescue mission was happening, Ocean Gate Expeditions listed a job posting for a submersible pilot on its website. You can't make this kind of stuff up. They posted an ad that said, in search of a submersible pilot marine technician who can help manage and operate our fleet of manned submersibles and support vessels. We are looking for committed and competent individuals with a combination of strong mechanical and interpersonal skills who can work on sensitive marine equipment, perform regular maintenance, and operate complex systems to support dive operations. Ocean Gate Expeditions, you forgot one very important requirement for this job. Somewhere in between looking for committed and competent individuals and strong mechanical interpersonal skills, you gotta slip in, must be willing to die. All right. See, a lot of folks complain about being worked to death. Ocean Gate Expeditions wants you to actually work to die. And the irony is this is the perfect example of why we should never work ourselves to death at our jobs, because they will replace you before they can close your casket. In this case, they already assumed these folks was dead. They knew they hadn't even been found yet, and they already had ads ready to go for the job. They posted a job listing for a job that is about to be vacant because someone is about to lose their life. Insensitive is an understatement. That's like sitting at your partner's deathbed and planning a date on Tinder at the same time. Okay, and I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, nor am I the strongest avenger, but after what happened, I highly doubt that anybody is going to be jumping at this job opportunity. The idea of working at Ocean Gate Expeditions, being a pilot on this submersible, that's dead in the water. Okay, literally and figuratively. Those 5 bodies, those 5 souls that are no longer with us should be enough to shut the whole program down. It's over. Not only will nobody want to work there, okay, there should be nothing to work at. All right, who is going to continue to go on these expeditions after this? Let me tell you something, man. If you this rich to where you are still willing to take this chance, then those rich folks know something about the afterlife or reincarnation that we don't know, because ain't no way. Okay, what type of pay, what type of benefits would make me want to be a submersible pilot / marine technician after what we just witnessed? And let's be honest, do you really think you have the experience? Do you really believe you have what it takes? What are the job requirements for this job right now? Number 1, you probably got to be white. Because don't nobody take risk and thrill seek like white people. You have to be into white adventures, okay? White boying is a real thing. And y'all, and yes, I'm generalizing y'all, the only people I can see still taking this kind of risk. So we've established the main job requirement. You got to be white, all right? So the next one would probably be you have to have 3 to 5 years work experience as Aquaman. Okay, if you got some experience as Namor, we'll take that too, because being able to breathe underwater clearly is a requirement for this job. All right. And you must have amazing people skills. Well, not actually people skills, maybe fish and crabs. Okay. Because you got to have a great relationship with Nemo and Ariel and Sebastian, because that's who you're going to be down there talking to. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, how did a survivor search turn into a job search? And do you know they put, I'm not making this up, they put must have a valid driver's license.
Oh, shut up.
As one of the requirements. I am not making this up. This is all actual and factual. I just got back, okay? My brain ain't even working enough to make up stuff like this. They said you have to have a valid driver's license in order to have this job. I need a valid driver's license to ultimately implode in a submersible? Please let Remy Ma give Ocean Gate Expeditions the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
I'm also starting to realize that having a valid driver's license is just the default for everything in this country.
What you mean?
You got to have a valid driver's license for everything, even for things you don't need to have a driver's license for. What do I need a valid driver's license for to be a pilot of a submersible?
Yeah, that's stupid.
It makes no logical sense. Come on.
That is stupid. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. BET. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace, BET.
Everybody else, let's open up the phone lines.
Decent job last night at the awards too, BET. Just want to say that. But I saw not one Breakfast Club promo or commercial during the award show. Just want to throw that out there as well.
I figured they would have one.
I didn't see
only
one
live show on BET.
Don't try to rush the credits now and turn us off to put on a Tyler Perry show either, BET. I know what y'all doing right now. Okay?
Yes. All right. Well, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. So at the BET Awards last night, JT and Little Uzi got into seemed like they got into an argument. She allegedly threw her phone at him and she ran out of there and he chased her. They got into a public argument. So we're asking, what's the worst public fight you got into with your partner? 800-585-1051. Again, what's the worst public fight you and your partner had out and about? Now, one of our producers said that they got into a fight outside of an IHOP, that he got slapped in front of an IHOP.
And that producer is also 400 pounds, so drop on the clues bomb for his girlfriend. She said, enough! Enough already.
No more fruity.
No more
fresh
IHOP.
fruities.
It's over. I'm not mad at her for that.
800-585-1051. We're talking the worst public fight. Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, this topic comes from JT and Little Uzi. They allegedly got into an argument where she threw her phone at him, and then she ran out the awards, and he chased her. And we're asking about public fights. The worst public fight you got into with you and your spouse. 800-585-1051. Charlamagne, you and your wife got into a public spat?
Never. Me and my wife have never, ever gotten into a public spat. Not that I can remember. Now, mind you, we've been together 25 years, but that ain't even our style. That's definitely not her style, and that's definitely, not my style. So, I've never been in no public spat.
Yeah, me neither. Me and my wife never got into it in the public. If there is a problem, a situation, we just hold it down until we get home, and then when we get home, we discuss and handle what we got to handle at home. But we never get into a public spat or in front of anybody, anything like that. We'll hold our composure until we get back to the crib, and then we'll discuss what we need to discuss.
Word.
But like you said, we've been together so long. I don't know if there was something early on. I don't remember. But
I don't recall that.
anything.
But that's not.
Me neither.
Yeah, that's not my demeanor. That's not her demeanor. So that's not even how we get down. Now, I think that it either has to be an extreme circumstance for something like that to happen, or are you dealing with extreme personalities that wild out like that in public regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've never. That's never been us.
All right. Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Rainy.
Hey, Remy. Good morning. We're talking about a public spat between you and your spouse. You got one for us?
Yeah, got a couple, but I guess the worst one, it went too far. You don't get somebody involved with your kids that don't have nothing to do with that. So we got into an argument. He told another female to take my kids and get in the car and drive up with them. I'm a mom. You don't play with my kids like that. That's fighting words right there. So, we got into a little fight, and it got really bad because he got a weapon. We didn't have fights before. I can handle my own, but it's unfair when you got a weapon. I'm using his.
What kind of weapon did he pull on you?
He pulled a gun.
Jesus Christ. And hopefully you left after that point, or you called the police and you got out of there, right?
I absolutely left. That was the last time we dated anything. I went into hiding for a little while. He was trying to track me down, but
Jesus.
I definitely left that situation alone.
All right. Well, thank you, Mama, for sharing your story. Jesus. Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, what's your name, bro?
My name is Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. We're talking about some public fights you got into, a public spat that you got into with your spouse. Talk to us.
All right. So this one time, me and my woman was going to the gas station. And then we had some words back and forth over something petty. I can't really recall what it was, but anyway. So we get to tussling inside the car. We swing at each other here and there. Then I get out the car like, I'm about to get some gas. You acting crazy. So I go to the gas station, he get mad, and come in the gas station. We start fighting in front of the clerk and the customers that's in the gas station. Yeah, the clerk like, oh, y'all need to get out. I'm going to call the police. And I ran out, and she picked me up down the street from the gas station, and we started laughing about what happened in the gas station.
Y'all, that's that toxic love that y'all find attractive, huh?
It was toxic at the time before, but nah, it ain't toxic no more.
That's good. I'm glad y'all grew out of that.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
This is Darius from Detroit.
Hey, what's up, bro? We're talking about you and your spouse getting into a public spat. Talk to us about it.
What up, though? So, yeah, man, this was about 10 years ago. Me and an ex-girlfriend, we arguing, and guy come around the block, say something to me. I know what he said. I'm in the middle arguing with her. He spins back around the block. Then I notice I'm like, it's the same car again. He pulls up, says something else. So now I had to pay attention to him. I'm like, what is he talking about? In an open area, I'm like, I'm arguing with my girl, but why is this your business? And all of a sudden, I position myself because I'm kind of out in the open. So I kind of position myself to where I'm not so open. And all of a sudden, I just see a flash of light. And once I realized he was shooting at me, I was shooting at him. It was pretty crazy. So, yeah, that's how I go down in Detroit over light-skinned girls, I guess. I don't know. But Envy, man, I just want to tell y'all, though, too, man, I love the show.
No. You ain't gonna just go talk to Envy after saying something like that.
Charlamagne, yo, honestly, I can't believe I'm talking to y'all brothers, man. I love y'all brothers, man.
We love
what
you
y'all
too.
doing for the culture. Absolutely.
We love you too, but you mean we're talking about public spats. We talking about JT throwing a phone at Uzi. You talking to us about gunshots and light-skinned girl? What's up, man?
It got kind of crazy. It got kind of crazy in Detroit from time to time.
So
you know what I'm saying? East side from the east side. You know what I'm saying? 7 Mile. It get kind of wild. Like I said, I was just arguing with my girl. My man came around the block, said something. He came back and he spun the block. And I guess he felt like, no, he gonna make me stop arguing with my girl. And he wanted to shoot at me.
What does complexion have to do with this?
Oh, you know how people acting over light-skinned girls don't know how to handle themselves sometimes. I don't know. It's some in the air with them. I don't get it. I don't get it.
That is not true, sir. I am a stern believer in the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Absolutely, but some people don't understand that.
Yeah, I've always liked dark-skinned women. I don't know what complexion has to do with your ass being crazy enough to be shooting at somebody over any woman of any complexion.
I don't know why they shoot. It was my woman. I don't understand why you want to shoot at me over my woman. I don't get it.
But what does
never
have to do
never
with
will.
it?
Well, he was probably trying to paint the picture, but I will say this: he probably seen you arguing and was trying to stop you because he thought you was doing something to her. He's probably trying to.
No, it was me. Actually, it was my cousin and his wife was with me too. And when he came back around the block, my cousin was walking across the street and he almost hit him. That's what made me notice that my man came back around the block again. So I'm like, what's going on with this dude? And he started shooting at me. You know what I'm saying? So
I really
it was wild.
I want better for you, my brother. I am praying for you.
Listen. I've been married. Yesterday was my 1 year. Yesterday was my 1 year marriage anniversary to my beautiful wife. Want to give a shout out to her, Sherry. My beautiful wife, love her. You know, we've been together. We've been together for 8 years, married for 1. I love that woman, and I can't explain to you how much I love that girl.
All right, my brother.
Jesus,
that was the craziest story. What the hell did complexion have to do with him getting shot at? I ain't never heard that ever in my life.
800.
You know how people get over light-skinned girls? Nigga, no.
We're talking JT and Little Uzi Vert. JT threw a phone at Little Uzi during the BET Awards. She ran out. Obviously, they got into an argument. So we're talking about a public spat between you and your spouse. Let's discuss. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time.
Pick up the phone, baby.
Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Talk about it. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about JT and Little Uzi. They allegedly got into a little altercation at the BET Awards where she threw her phone at him. She ran out. He chased her out. They got into an argument. So we're talking about a public argument, a public situation. You got into it with your spouse. 800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Troyana from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, good morning. We're talking about a public spat that you got into it with your spouse.
Good morning. Good morning, DJ Envy and Charlamagne.
Peace, Queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
Okay, well, the argument that I got into publicly, I was in the car with my baby that I had picked him up from work, and me and my cousin was talking, and he got mad about the conversation me and her was having. So he threatened to throw my phone out the window when we got to the light to get onto the freeway. I'm like, forget this. I got out the car, I put the car in park, and grabbed my baby, and I threw his out the car, and I was like, I'm about to just walk. And he was like, okay, well, you can get in the car back, and I just pulled off the left hand side of the road.
Wow. I'm going to tell you something, man. Y'all got problems. This is crazy. All I'm hearing is violence, and lots of it.
Let's go to another phone line. Hello, who's this?
Marie.
Hey, Marie, we're talking about a time where you and your spouse got into a public spat.
So my worst public argument was when we was in the club and we got into an argument. So, of course, I asked for my keys back, and he threw them in the air. So, of course, they just flew everywhere on the floor. So now I'm on my hands and knees in the club searching for my damn keys.
Hands on my knees, shaking hands with them out there.
Hands on my knees, yeah. So that was my crazy topic right there, but let that one alone.
Did you get all your keys that day?
Except for my bottom key.
Oh,
that was okay. And my son just wants to say hello to y'all. He listens to y'all every day. He's 7 years old. He's excited to say hello.
Hi, Breakfast Club.
What's up, young king? How are you? How are you, brother?
Good.
What you
You
doing?
on your way to camp? You on your way to camp?
I'm going to my school.
Y'all still in school? Or you in summer school?
No, New York ends tomorrow.
Oh, got you.
Charlamagne
Okay.
just tried to put your kid in summer school. You see what he tried to do there, mama?
I know, right? He did good. He's going to the 3rd grade. He's good. Charlamagne, don't do my boy like that.
Well, I was projecting. I went to summer school like 3-4 years in a row, man. You know, from about 7th grade to about 10th grade, I was all summer school. Okay?
Charlamagne, can I just say before anything, this is the topic I was talking about before with the BT and the Jen Jones and stuff. Let's not hype that up because, as Buster said, we don't want no petty beefs and we know where to go when we messing with a dude like Jimmy. So let's just keep it copacetic.
That's true.
See, that's what I said, right? That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, so Charlamagne, you can't say you want everybody to love each other and you like, nah, Jimmy got to come harder. No, let's just play it out the way we play it out and keep it cool.
You're right, but I was just looking at it from a rap perspective because I think that Jim Jones and Pusha T are both grown-ass men who know where not to take it. You know what I mean? Like I think
100%, but we also do got grown-ass men out here that still taking places.
That's right.
Bro,
you're right.
Jim said Pusha sold crack to his own brother.
Okay, we just gonna let this one die down, hopefully.
Yeah, let's just let it go.
I don't. Maybe Jim got inside information. I don't know.
Shut up, man. Shut up. All right, thank you, mama.
It's rap, though. No, you're right. Yo, listen, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, you're right. That it is rap, and rap historically has gotten so disrespectful that people do take it there. I just can't see them two brothers doing that at this stage in their life. But who knows?
Yeah, okay.
Who knows? The moral of the story is, man, stop all this violence against each other. That's all I heard. We said spat. Right?
Yeah,
we ain't say nothing about
fights.
y'all
We
talking
say
about shootouts. You know what I mean? Like we said spat. Jesus, our board out Red goes, I just want y'all to know there's nothing but domestic violence on these calls, right? The whole phone lines that are lit up, every call is domestic violence. Like, damn.
All right. We just meant like little arguments. Like, that's it.
Spat. Look up the definition of spat, people.
All right, well, let's get into the rumors.
Rumor has it. Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
on the Breakfast Club.
Now, Riri is stepping down as CEO of Savage Fenty amid her second pregnancy, and she appoints a new chief to expand the brand. Now, nearly 5 years after Rihanna launched her Savage Fenty lingerie brand, she is stepping down as chief executive officer. Now, she said it's been beautiful to see our vision for Savage and Fenty impact the industry at such an incredible magnitude over the last 5 years, she told Vogue Business, and she's just stepping down. I mean, it makes sense, right? She's about to have another baby, right?
Yeah, she's just stepping down from the position. She still is the owner of Fenty. She still got her equity in the company. So what's the problem?
Nothing at all.
She probably don't want to do the day-to-day duties anymore.
Which makes sense.
To be honest with you, I'm shocked she was doing them to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, Kodak Black, he faces an arrest after allegedly missing a drug test. According to a warrant issued last week, Kodak was required to submit a random drug and alcohol screening schedule for June 9th, and they said he did not show. So Broward County officials said Kodak violated the terms of his pretrial release because he failed to show up for the test. He's expected to appear in court today.
Yeah, why you playing with them people, man? You know what I'm saying? Like when you are under those people's supervision and under those people's watch and you got certain requirements that you have to, fulfill, just do what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really that simple. Like, I don't know why he playing with those people like that, man. You know they can't wait to lock your black ass up. So why play with them?
That is factual. And I just want to say the BET Awards. We spoke about the BET Awards, but we never spoke about the winners. So only 6 awards were given out on Sunday night on the telecast. Lotto accepted the Best Female Hip Hop Artist. Coco Jones accepted the Best New Artist in Person. Tiana Taylor, her mother Nikki, accepted her daughter's award, and that was for Video Director of the Year. Now, the 15 non-televised awards, there were 2 Beyonce and SZA tied for Album of the Year.
Well, the reality is, a lot of those awards that weren't televised, they probably weren't people that were in attendance.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, because I know Beyonce won a couple of awards during the televised broadcast, and she wasn't there.
She wasn't there. Nope.
She's on tour, clearly. Bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Chris
they
Brown.
can't even do a video though. They can't do a video accepting their award.
Yeah, right. I thought that would be.
Hey,
or
damn.
even like a FaceTime, like a telecast, like kind of like what Tiana Taylor did. Now, Chris Brown and Usher tied for Best Male R&B and Pop Artist as well.
I don't even know how that works.
I don't know how.
Because neither one of them had out music. There was no Usher and Chris ain't put out no music last year.
Yes, they did. Usher had a number one R&B record, and I
He
think
did?
Chris Brown had a number one R&B record. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I don't remember either one of those. What were the records?
I can't remember the name of them. Usher's record's actually number one, I think, maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago on the R&B charts.
Usher?
Yep.
I don't remember that at all. I just know Usher was killing it at his residency. I don't remember Usher and Chris Brown putting out no music. I know Chris got an album coming out.
Well, the best group was Drake and 21 Savage. They won that. The best collaboration was Future and Drake. What else? Kendrick Lamar won Best Male Hip Hop Artist.
No, everybody, you ain't named nobody that was there yet.
Video of the Year, Kill Bill SZA. Video Director of the Year, of course, was Tiana Taylor. And, of course, Best New Artist was Coco Jones.
Coco was there.
Yeah, Coco was there.
Damn, BET.
Best International Act was Burna Boy. He wasn't there.
Burna Boy wasn't there. Hey, see, I don't like that, though. I remember there was a time, man, all the big artists was at the BET Awards. They wouldn't miss it for the world. You know, and I understand that, you know, some of them on tour and stuff like that, but man, we still got to show up for these celebrations of culture, because no matter how big you get, you know, like this is still the people that have been supporting you from day one and was giving you those platforms when, you know, the Grammys and, you know, the American Music Awards or whoever else wasn't, you know, so you should still show up for BET Awards.
Yeah. Sports Woman of the Year was Angel Reese.
Angel wasn't there either?
I didn't see Angel. I seen Flanche, but not Angel.
Dang.
Best Actress was Angela Bassett. Best Actor, Damson Idris. Best Movie, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
All right, now I know why they only gave out 6 awards. Wasn't nobody there?
Nobody was there.
Wasn't nobody there?
Nobody.
Jesus Christ, man.
All right. Well, that is
they should be able to do AI. They should be allowed to do AI soon. Okay, if you can't get the real people there, they AI representative got to show up for them or something.
Just make it up what they think they would say.
People at home wouldn't know the difference.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, we got the People's Choice mix, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. I want to salute to BET. I'm actually out here in LA. I was doing the pre-show, the red carpet, and the post-show. So salute to everybody at BET. Shout to Rhonda. Shout to Kim Osario. Shout to Tiffany. Shout to everybody, Tasha.
Tiff Will. What up, Tiff
Thank you
Will?
to everybody over there. You guys really held me down, make sure I was comfortable and okay. And I just want to say salute to the staff and everybody that I got a chance to kick it with. I mean, from Master P to Jess Hilarious to Flange. She spit on the carpet. I'm trying to think who else. It was
why does she spit on the carpet? That's disrespectful.
She spit a verse.
Oh, well, say that. You know what I'm saying? You made it sound like she just spit on the carpet. Like, why would she just spit on the carpet?
You know what I meant. All right. When we come back, we got the positive notice, the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. I want to tell y'all on this fine Monday, man, it's cancer season. My born day is in a few days, actually June 29th. It's my Trump year. I'll be 45. But listen, just want to tell y'all, in life, man, the real glow up isn't physical, even though I look amazing. It happens when you stop settling, people-pleasing, and compromising your boundaries. The real glow up is when you finally recognize that you're worthy.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?